Hey guys, Jumperboy188 here. I'm going to be doing a race in Canada for the 2013 Canadian Grand Prix. I'm going to be driving as the winner from last year and who made it 7 out of 7. It is Lewis Hamilton. It's going to be an 18 lap race. So yeah, safety car will be on, dynamic conditions, and yeah, here is the track info for this race.
Okay, a lap of Montreal coming up here into the final chicane, and this is definitely a vital part to start your lap with. DRS open as we head down the start-finish straight now. Pits on your left-hand side, feed the car to the right, brake at the 100-metre board, and maximise the entry towards turn 2 by sacrificing the exit of turn 1. Keep the car as straight as you can on the run up the hill towards turn 3 and 4. Hug the inside curb as much as you can. That helps pinch the car in and hold it away from that barrier as well on the exit. Now wind it round towards turn 6. Keep it nice and slow and stable on the exit here to open up turn 7 as much as you can, because a nice long straight opens up for you on the run down towards turn 8. Very important to keep that momentum. DRS open again, close it off under braking, 100-metre board, flick the car into the right, stay away from those white curves. They'll upset the car. Not too much curve on the exit either. Now on the run down towards turn 10, brake nice and early. It's so easy to outbrake yourself here and lock the inside front wheel. And it's so important to get a good straight exit out of this corner, because you've got this nice straight that opens up once more. DRS open again, curves boost at this point, and now just one final section to go, this tricky right-left chicane. You don't want to end up in the wall of champions. We've seen so many people do it in the past. Be brave and carry that speed though on the run up towards the start-finish line. DRS open once more, and that's a lap of Montreal. Okay, a lap of
So there we go, that was the Canadian Grand Prix. And yeah, let's do this. So here we go, guys. So yeah, I'm going to be starting with the option tire. I'm going to be going on to the high, very low downforce setup for this race. I'm starting in P6, so yeah, let's see what we can do from here.
all set.
So here we go, guys. I'm starting in 6 at the moment. Here we go. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And the Canadian Grand Prix is underway. Getting a good start off the line. I'm passing Rosberg as we head into turn 1. I'm side by side with Grosjean and Schumacher. Into turn 2. Oh, getting so close to Grosjean there, so heading out of turn 2 there, into this next corner. I'm into 3rd place, bumping into Alonso, but I'm going to use my flashback here. So there we go. Into this next corner, Alonso's going to be very slow into this corner, because he is really easy defending from me by moving to the inside line. So coming down into the main straight. I'm not using fast fuel, by the way, because I want to save it for the final couple of laps. So I'm not going to use it. I'm going to save it for a little bit as we head down into the hairpin, braking hard. Got a lot of cars behind me, but I'm gonna try and use my curves. I'm gonna try and save my curves on the straight because I know these guys are gonna be so quick down the straight. So once these guys have DRS, then I'll defend using curves. So coming down into the main straight, I've got Schumacher breathing down my neck. Coming out of the hairpin, out of that little hairpin there. Coming into this next corner, a fast Ryan left-hander. Heading into this next corner, heading into the corner where Sebastian Vettel ran wide and gave Jenson Button the victory in 2011. Heading into the next corner, good exit, good entry and exit there as we blast our way down into the hairpin here. So here we go. I'm going to use my curves down the straight as which is the DRS zone in the game, but I think it might be the same for this year as well. So yeah. Coming into the chicane, hitting a bit of the wall of champions there as we blast our way to complete lap 2 out of 18. On to lap 3 out of 18 into the hairpin, into this little hairpin here, and I'm really starting to close up to Alonso, and I think it's because of the Red Bull Vettel ahead of us that is really starting to struggle at the moment for pace. As we're having a look round the outside, I'm having a look down the outside, I'm committing down the inside, and yes, I take second place as Lewis Hamilton in the McLaren. Great job by Lewis Hamilton there, and great job by me. That moves me up into second place. Now heading up into the braking zone, braking hard into this next corner, getting good exits as we heading into the hairpin. I'm getting closer and closer to Vettel. Braking really hard into the hairpin. I'm going to use all my curves for this little straight, down the straight. Here we go, the Red Bull, not very good in the straight line. I'm using DRS. Is this enough? I'm so close, using the slipstream, and yes, I take the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. What an absolutely beautiful moment there. Lewis Hamilton takes the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. What an overtake. Didn't think I was going to get him on that show. I was preparing to stay behind him and go again for the next lap, but I'm glad I've got past him now. So now I can actually relax a little bit and I can start to breathe now. Just going to use a little bit of my curves just to make sure that Vettel doesn't get anywhere near me. But I doubt that will be happening because I think Vettel will be trying ever so hard to close me down. But I'm going to use my curves for the long straight. So here we go. Curves activated down the straight. Here we go. He'll get DRS. Here, this is it. Down the straight. Is this enough? And yes, he retakes the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix there. Oh, I had to do a little bit of a courtesy bump there. He was going really so slow into the hairpin there, so I had to do a little courtesy bump there. Nothing to really slow him up there. As we head out of this corner into this next corner as we come. I'm getting closer. I'm closer than ever to Vettel this time around. Braking really hard. I'm to run a little bit wide on that corner there because I didn't want to end up running into the back of Vettel there. So That was just running a bit wide there. Running a little bit wide there. Gonna use a little bit of my curves to try and stick with him. Now heading into the hairpin, braking hard. Oh, almost so close to running a bit wide there. So here we go, down the straight. I'm in this slipstream, I'm using curves. This is it, I've got DRS activated. Is this enough? No, not enough. Gonna have to go again. Gonna have to stick behind him. But can we do it down the straight? Here we go. I'm on the power. I'm going for it. And yes, I take the lead, going round the outside into turn 1. What a move by Lewis Hamilton there, and by me as well. Into this little section here. I'm just looking so behind by that Vettel because I just don't want him to. I'm just looking at where he is at the moment in terms of, you know, how much of a gap I've got to him. Running a little wide there, and this might allow Vettel, and it's going to allow Vettel. Oh, I'm going to use my flashback here. Here we go. So here we go, down into this corner, braking hard. Coming out of the corner, I've got a big gap. I've got a big queue of cars behind me there. I've got about 7 or 8 gap car, 7 or 8 car train there behind me there. So I've really got to start getting on it now. Into the hairpin, gaining good speed out of the hairpin there. What's the time? 1 minute 18. 1 minute 18 there as we're heading into turn 1 here in Canada, in Montreal. Running a little wide there, having to cut a little bit of that corner there because, like I said, if I just took it normally I would have hit the wall. So I had to like sort of adjust it by cutting across that corner. Heading into the hairpin, taking it really cautious. As we're heading out of the corner, gonna use all my curves now to pull away from the others and to stop them from overtaking me with DRS as we head into the hairpin here, into the chicane here, I mean. Down the straight. 1 minute 17.7 there in the McLaren as Lewis Hamilton. 1 lap 8 at the moment. Still got, I think we still got 10 laps to go, so really long race. Anything could happen from now to the finish. So yeah, I'm just gonna that's the reason why I'm saving my fuel, just waiting, just in case. I'm just saving it for the final couple of laps. As sort of an emergency. So yeah, we're heading into this turn, this next corner here. Taking it nice and good, running a bit wide there, but doesn't really matter at the moment. Heading into this next corner, taking using a little bit of that extra tarmac there to get myself around that corner cleanly there. So there we go, down towards the main straight. I'm using all my curves to defend from Vettel. Braking hard into this next corner. As you see that there's Vettel and Alonso pitting, so they're going to try and undercut and see if they can get ahead. I'm going to try and see if I can get ahead of Alonso and Vettel. See, I will be pitting this lap. Guys. So I'm going to use my fast fuel to give it. I'm going to use my fast fuel now, so that I can beat them to it. Braking hard into this next corner, hitting my marks beautifully there. Oh, a little bit wide there, and a little bit wide there as well. It's Button's now 5 seconds behind me there. I'm giving it absolutely everything. I've used almost all my curves up. And I'm going to use my flashback. As we're heading down into this next corner there. So coming down into the hairpin, this hairpin where Robert Kubica had a horrible accident, where the car just flipped over end into the wall, into that barrier there, and really was horrible. And he actually didn't race. He missed the US Grand Prix, which the reserve driver was, of course, Sebastian Vettel. As we come into the pits now. So here we go, onto the prime tyres, I mean. Here we go, can I get ahead of Vettel? That's the big question, can I get ahead of Sebastian Vettel? Here we go, down the straight, I'm using all my curves. Is it enough? Yes it is, I'm ahead of Sebastian Vettel. All because of that one lap I did there. So yeah. But I'll be on cold tyres. That's the thing. I'll be on cold tyres, but the rest will be on tyres that are starting to get good. That are getting good. I mean, I'm on sort of cold tyres at the moment. So yeah, Canada. A track that I like. It's a track that I like a little bit. It's not one of my favourites. One of my favourites is Silverstone, Spa, Monza, all those tracks, those legendary tracks. But this, it's up there, but it's not like massively up there. But yeah, and yeah, it's a track where Lewis Hamilton has been dominating throughout the last couple of years, winning in 07, in 10. And then in 2012 last year, where he got by Vettel and Prix on new tyres, where the rest were on old tyres. So yeah, and so did Grosjean and Perez. They got past. They didn't get past Vettel. Vettel pitted afterwards, and that handed Perez and Grosjean up to third and up to fourth, and then after that, Grosjean and Perez made their way up to second and third and both got past Alonso on the final couple of laps. And yeah, it really was a good race. But I've got to say, I think my best race of all time, in the Canadian Grand Prix of all time I have seen has to be the 2011 race. It is literally the best race ever. It was in wet conditions. It was actually my first Canadian Grand Prix wet race that I've seen in a while, to be honest. And yeah, it was really, really wet. It was wet as hell. The race got red flags. There was crashes. There was overtakes. And yeah, there was a great winner, and that was Jenson Button, who fought from all of the problems that he faced and just brought it home and just really, really got past Vettel on the last lap, because Vettel put his tyres on the wet stuff, and then that allowed Jenson to take the lead, because Vettel skidding all over the place on this corner where I'm coming up to. So yeah, that was my best race. I really think it was a great race. I think Jensen really deserved the win because he'd been really having tough times, and so did the team as well, because after Monaco and Lewis, having tough times, crashing into Massa and Maldonado and getting penalties and all that. So it really was tough for the team, but I was glad to see. I was really, really over the moon when I saw Jensen take the victory, because, like I said, McLaren in that year were having tough times with Lewis, and I think a little bit with Jensen. I think Jensen had a good sort of first start to the season. As I make a mistake, there you see me there. I ran a bit wide there, made a mistake, and that's going to allow Vettel to be right on the tail of me. Can Vettel capitalise on this? Well, no, he doesn't, but can he capitalise on the DRS zone? Can he do it? But I've got curves, which I'm going to save up for that long straight, and I've got rich fuel on. So yeah, into this next corner where that guy behind me made a mistake in 2011 that allowed Button into the lead, but Vettel, here comes Vettel. Vettel's having a little run into this next corner, braking hard. I'm trying everything to defend from him. I'm really struggling with my tyres. I think it might be actually the traction control, because I'm using medium at the moment. So that's going to be a little bit that's going to actually be a disadvantage to me a little bit. But nevertheless, I've got some curves and I'm using it at the moment as we're heading into the DRS zone. On this back straight, will Vettel catch me? Will he do it? And I don't think he will, so we continue. We stay in the lead as we come into lap 14. 4 laps to go of the Canadian Grand Prix here in Montreal. So yeah, coming in out of that corner, and yeah, I'm starting to pull away from Vettel now. So I think. Oh, we make a mistake. We make a mistake. Oh, it might allow Vettel pass. I make a mistake. I ran into the wall there. I think I put too much power on that corner there. I made a mistake there, and that's going to allow Vettel back pass. But can I do something about that? Can I retake the lead as we're coming down the main straight here in Canada here, coming down the main straight here, braking really hard here, just trying ever so hard to close down to Vettel, but I've got to be a little bit worried myself, because Grosjean is all over the black of me, and he could get DRS, so that could be a little bummer for me. And yeah, massive bummer. I was leading so far. I really thought this win was in the bag, but I'm going to make a mistake again, and this might allow Grosjean allow back pass, but no, not going to happen. So we keep second place. I've got to just relax now. I've just got to not make silly mistakes. I've just got to tell myself not to make silly mistakes, and just to focus, and just to get on Vettel, so I can win the Canadian Grand Prix. And also pass him. So yeah, we're coming into this next corner here. We're coming into the corner where he made a mistake, like I said. Oh, running into the wall there. I've just got to be a little careful with the acceleration that I'm putting down on that corner there. But yeah, I'm just trying ever so hard to close down to Vettel, but Vettel has great. But like I said, Vettel has great acceleration on that Red Bull there. That Red Bull, great in acceleration there. As we're heading down into the main straight using DRS, I'm getting as close as I can to Grosjean there. Coming out of that corner onto the main straight, we're going to start lap 16. 3 laps to go of this Canadian Grand Prix here in Montreal. So yeah, coming out of this corner, I'm looking to the left, looking to the right, nowhere to go. I'm just going to stick behind him for the time being so I can grab DRS and get him on that straight. So that's what I'm going to do. Stay fuel, try and get as close as I can by using slipstream. So yeah, heading into this next corner here. Hitting it nice and beautifully here. Down the straight, I'm gonna try and make sure I don't brake late this time around. So here we go, down the straight. I'm much better. That was much better this time round. Down the straight. Here we go. This is it. I'm using curves. I'm using DRS. Is this enough? Can I do this? Yes, I do, and I take the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. Great overtake there, but. And yeah, there is Grosjean. He's battling with Vettel there. He's battling with Vettel there. That could help me a little bit. That could help me to get away from these lot. So yeah. So yeah, since I'm pulling away from these guys, yeah, I can relax now, which is good. But I've just got to make sure I don't make the same mistake again. The same silly mistake again that I did on the previous laps. Into this braking zone. Braking a tiny bit late there, but not going to affect my gap. Not going to affect my gap a lot. Braking hard into this hairpin here. Down the straight. Made him a little mistake there. I just ran a tiny bit brake. I broke a little bit too late there. But still, I'm getting good time there. 1:16.4. That's a good time. And yeah, on to the last lap. I'm just gonna bring it home now. I'm not gonna push as too hard as I'm not gonna push as hard as I can. Using my curves now, just to get a sort of comfortable gap, just in case. Even though I said I was going to cruise it a minute ago. Braking hard into this next corner, taking it nice and easy. Down the straight for the final time in Canada, in Montreal, at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve's. Coming out of the final corner, and it's Lewis Hamilton who wins the Canadian Grand Prix again. He makes it 4 wins in a row. Well, no, I'm joking, guys. No, he didn't make it 4 in a row, but hopefully he will win Sunday. With the Mercedes, I know they've been struggling in terms of tyres and all that, but hopefully this time round hopefully this time round they will come good. So yeah, really good luck to Lewis for Canada this weekend, and yeah, here are the top 12: Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, Romain Grosjean, Fernando Alonso, Jenson Button, Kamui Kobayashi, Sergio Perez, Jean-Eric Vergne, Daniel Ricciardo, Bruno Senna, Pastor Maldonado, and Nico Hülkenberg. So yeah, what a great Grand Prix it was. Started in the clouds, and then it changed to the hot, sunny conditions that we usually see in Canada. Almost forgot, guys. Tip for victory is that man, of course, that I'm driving, Lewis Hamilton. He's the king round here. The Mercedes won last time out in Monaco, and yes, I know it was different sort of Kettle Wolf circuit, but I really think this time they're going to come good at this track with Lewis. So yeah, so that's my tip for victory. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye YouTube.